Sweet potatoes are a very important food crop both nationally and globally. They're also some of the most profitable, nutritious, and tastiest vegetables on the market. Louisiana is one of the top sweet potato producing states in America. In fact, sweet potatoes add nearly $70 million to the Louisiana economy each year. Growing sweet potatoes is a year-long process, and producers are always involved in one or more stages. These stages include plant production, transplanting and commercial field production, harvesting, storage, packaging, and marketing. Sweet potato production begins with seed roots saved from the previous year's crop. From those seed potatoes, we harvest plants termed slips, or transplants, which are grown in seed beds. These plants are then planted into commercial production fields. Producers supplement their conventional seed stock with virus-tested Foundation certified seed that has been screened for the presence of known viruses. Vegetatively propagated crops such as sweet potato can rapidly accumulate viruses and mutations, which can decrease quality and yield of the crop. So the main goal of the Foundation Seed program is to maintain the quality and integrity of commercial varieties. The Beauregard cultivar, originally released in 1987 by the LSU AgCenter, was known nationwide as the savior of the sweet potato industry, and it has remained a successful cultivated sweet potato variety in the U.S. Even with Beauregard's success, the LSU AgCenter has continued to create alternative commercial varieties like Orleans, Evangeline, and Bayou Belle. The bedding process, which begins in late February or early March, requires several steps. The seed roots are first removed from storage and are placed in large bedding wagons for distribution in the field. The plant beds are spaced 5 to 6 feet apart, and the seed is evenly distributed in each bed by a conveyor belt on the bedding wagon. Afterwards, the seed is often rolled to ensure even and adequate soil coverage. Before covering the seed with soil, a fungicide is applied to discourage and prevent disease incidents in the bed. The seed is then covered using a bed covering machine, which covers the seed with 2 to 3 inches of soil. Afterwards, a plastic mulch layer is applied and is secured in place by soil on each side of the bed. The purpose of the mulch layer is to warm the soil in the bed and to promote earlier sprouting. The plastic is removed from the beds in 5 to 6 weeks, once the sprouts are visible. An additional 2 to 4 weeks are required before the plants reach a desired length and quality for transplanting. Slips or transplants are either cut by hand or mechanically with a slip or plant cutting machine. They are then boxed and carried to the production fields where they will be planted. Planting of the sweet potato crop takes place in mid-May through the month of June in Louisiana. If necessary, planting can extend into July, but only if there's enough moisture for planting. Mechanical transplanters vary in size and can plant from 1 to 8 rows with each pass across the field. 2 people are responsible for planting 1 row, and they alternate planting while moving down the field. The sweet potato crop matures in 100 to 120 days, depending on the cultivar, the growing conditions, and the spacing of the plants. The first step in the harvesting process is to devine or remove all of the foliage and vegetative material from the field. This helps with the digging process. The crop is now harvested using mechanical diggers. As the harvester moves down the road, the sweet potatoes are conveyed along chain belts into a trailer. On some harvesters, laborers sort through the sweet potatoes, field grading them into different marketing classifications, including U.S. No. 1s and canner sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes can also be harvested by hand. After the vines have been removed, the potatoes are uncovered with a flip plow or shaker-type harvester, and laborers then move across the field collecting the sweet potatoes. At the end of the harvesting process, the sweet potatoes are placed in 20 bushel or larger bulk bins. Next, they're moved into curing and storage facilities. Sweet potatoes can be marketed year-round, and the quality will vary depending on the time of year, along with the duration and quality of storage. Sweet potatoes can even be shipped soon after harvesting. But more commonly, they are subjected to a curing process. The curing process involves holding freshly harvested sweet potatoes at 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit and 85 to 95% humidity for 5 to 7 days. This process accomplishes several things. It sets the skin, heals wounds and abrasions, and begins converting starch to sugars, which makes the sweet potatoes tastier. The sweet potatoes are then held for 6 weeks or longer in a well-ventilated storage facility at 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit and 85 to 90% humidity. Sweet potatoes at this point are referred to as cured, and they're at their sweetest, meaning they're preferred by customers. The sweet potatoes are held in storage facilities until they are packed and shipped to market. Under ideal storage conditions, they can be stored and sold for a year or longer. Fresh cured Louisiana sweet potatoes are shipped across the U.S. and worldwide. The previous year's crop is usually sold before the current year's harvest even begins. Sweet potatoes sold for processing are most often moved in bulk to various processing facilities. There, they are turned into a number of value-added sweet potato products for consumers, like canned sweet potatoes, chips, and fries. So next time you eat a sweet potato, you'll know that a lot of work went into producing one of the most nutritious vegetables around. The work is time-consuming and difficult, but the fruits of the labor, oh, how sweet they are.